Hello, and welcome to Girl Scouts Troop Financial Management. I'm Becky Sarantu, the Program Partnerships Manager in the North Region, and with me today is Layla Ehlers, our Program and Volunteer Development Manager in the Central Region. So before we get started and dive in, we'll just review some housekeeping items. Throughout the webinar, you'll be on mute and in listen-only mode. To the right of your screen is the settings control box, and you can minimize this, you can move it around, whatever is easier for your viewing. And also in that box, you'll see that it's labeled with questions. So when you have a question, you can open that up and type your question right into that, and we'll answer your questions at the end of the webinar. And you can also see in that control box that there are handouts. So we have two handouts in there that you can download. One is the Troop Financial Management Packet, and another is the Troop Checking Account Procedures. So this training will address why troops money earn, approved money earning activities, Girl Scout financial policies, sponsorships, donations and grants, and tracking and reporting funds. The key resource we'll be reviewing today is called Troop Financial Management. It can be found on our website in the Volunteer Learning Opportunities. It's also in your Troop Startup Binder. We have also attached it in the handouts like I had told you just a minute ago. Troop Financial Management policies and procedures are also outlined in Chapter 5 of your Volunteer Essentials Handbook. One of the first and most important steps of the Troop Financial Management process is opening your Troop's bank account. Volunteers must open an account within 30 days of receiving their welcome letter. If you've not opened your bank account yet, or you're taking leadership of an existing troop, we encourage you to download the Troop Checking Account Procedures document found in the handouts on this webinar. You can also watch the Troop Checking Account Procedures tutorial found on our council website for a quick, easy guide of the process. So why do girls participate in money earning? Money earning can be used to fund activities, to go on your troop trips, to purchase your uniforms, your badges and awards. You can buy resources like the Girls Guide to Girl Scouting binders and the journeys. You could do a service project, purchase supplies for troop meetings, and don't forget to save money so that you can pay to get all your girls registered again for next year. So let's look at some money earning basics. Troops can earn money in two ways. First is council-sponsored product programs. This means the fall product program and the cookie program. These are the Girl Scout authorized products in which Girl Scout members participate as part of the program. Council-sponsored product programs are always the first activities a troop should participate in to earn money. It also allows for a troop to receive proceeds through a proven program. It comes with program, sales, marketing materials, and really supports your girls to run a great business. Your troop should also plan to participate in the fall and product program this year for sure. Last year, our girls in Western Ohio earned over $2,357,337 just in troop proceeds. That is a lot of money for our girls to spend on what they want for events, camps, and travel. The second way to earn money is called group money earning. This refers to activities organized by the troop, and it's to earn money for the troop. Notice the term money earning, and I'm not saying fundraising. We say this because girls are actually doing something to earn the money. Here are some activities that are allowed by the council. We have drives like recycling or yard sales, entertainment like talent shows or face painting, food like you could do a spaghetti dinner, everybody loves spaghetti, or bake sales, and you can do services like car wash or babysitting. There are some activities that are not permitted by Girl Scouts for money earning. First, girls are not allowed to directly solicit cash for another organization because it is against IRS nonprofit policy. This includes things like walkathons or telethons while in uniform. Your troop can, however, support another organization through take action projects, service projects, or by making a donation from your troop account. Additionally, girls are not allowed to use games of chance like a raffle or a bingo. And Girl Scouts forbids product demonstration parties where the use of the Girl Scout trademark logo increases revenue for another business. For example, home product parties. Now that you understand why and how troops participate in money earning, here are the steps on how to implement money earning with your girls. You should be using the 3 Girl Scout program processes with your girls, and those are girl-led, experiential learning, and cooperative learning. Girls should also be involved throughout every step of the planning and implementation process. You can do this by first, have the girls identify what they need money for, like activities, what trips do they want to go on, do they want to do a service project, and help them research how much money it will cost and take to pay for everything. Then have your girls set a goal about how much do they want to earn. Break it down into steps. How much will they earn from fall product and cookie programs? And then help them determine how much more do they need for an additional money earning project. Allow the girls to brainstorm on how to earn the money. After the brainstorming is over, go through the list, narrow it down based on feasibility and money earning policies. Now that you know what your troop wants to do, stop the process here. You must first acquire approval for the project before the girls can implement it. You can do this by submitting an approval for additional troop money earning project form, and then you submit it to your service unit chair. This form is found on our Girl Scout website. And once you acquire approval from your service unit chair, the next step is to involve the girls in the planning process. Have them help create the supply list, the budget, and the timeline. This is a great time for girls to learn all kinds of skills. Next, the girls will directly implement the activity. And then finally, you're going to evaluate with the girls after the activity is done. Did we reach our goal? What worked well? And what should we do different for the next time? There are important financial policies that must be followed, and they include, first, money earned by the girls is for the benefit of all of the girls in the troop and must be spent on Girl Scout activities. Also, money should be spent in the year the funds are earned, unless the troop has a long-term plan for spending the funds. Next, it's important to note that the funds belong to the troop as a whole. IRS guidelines for charitable organizations state that troops are prohibited from keeping separate individual girl accounts. So remember, all funds should benefit all girls in your troop. Also, only registered approved troop leaders and troop assistants can handle or manage troop funds. And finally, troop leaders should involve the girls in troop finances as much as their grade level and skills allow. After all, it is their money and they're learning money management skills and budgeting skills. What a great opportunity for girls to learn about money. There may be times when troops are thinking about or are approached by a potential sponsor, maybe a donor, or your troop might be interested in pursuing a grant. Before you consider one of these options, it's important to know that the Girl Scouts of the USA and Girl Scouts of Western Ohio has financial policies. The council may have a relationship with many corporations and foundations, which they solicit for council-wide programming to support all of our girls in the community to participate in Girl Scouting. That's the main reason why volunteers must obtain permission before seeking financial support from a sponsor, a donor, or a grant. You can do this by completing this form shown here on the page. It's called a Project Funding Approval Form, and that can also be found on our website. And you're going to turn that into your regional council office. As a nonprofit, Girl Scouts must follow all IRS guidelines for a 501c3 organization. All of our troops are considered an extension of our council, and therefore all troop finances are considered assets of Girl Scouts Western Ohio. In order to comply with the IRS and audit guidelines, GSWO has the following policies regarding sponsorships, donations, and grants from individuals and organizations to our Girl Scout troops. So first, troops must obtain prior permission by submitting the Project Funding Approval Form to your local Girl Scout Center. Also, note that girls may not directly solicit funds from individuals or organizations. As adults, you must be the signers asking for the donation. Next, troops may receive a donation from any one individual or organization for no more than $250 during the membership year. It can be a single donation or a cumulative donation. Any donation amount over $250 must be turned into your council office and will become the responsibility of Girl Scouts of Western Ohio. These funds will then be directed to the general fund to support programming delivery for all Girl Scouts. The exception to this rule is if the troop is planning a big trip or you're earning the highest awards, then you are allowed to receive higher donation amounts. And finally, individual troops may not solicit grants from foundations or corporations, with the exception being for companies that offer volunteer matching grants. So that's a lot of guidelines on sponsorship grants and donations. So you can review that again in Volunteer Essentials Chapter 5. Or you can always contact your council community development manager who can help you go over those rules. So if your donor is requesting a letter of acknowledgement for any amount, say you got a donation for $100, the funds need to be turned over to your Regional Girl Scout Center using this form. It's called a Girl Scout Donor Form. Girl Scouts of Western Ohio will then send the donor a letter and then reissue the funds back to the troop. Remember, all cash donations must be reported on your annual troop financial report. As you manage the troop finances, it's critical to keep accurate records of your troop money. You need to establish a clear, understandable accounting system to keep track of income and expenses. Here are some ideas. First, all of your money, your cash, everything should be deposited in the troop account within 3 days. There should be a receipt kept for all purchases and all income. A good tip is to write on the top of the receipt what the purchase or the deposit was for, such as meeting supplies, camp fees, cookie money, etc. This will help with your reconciling the income and expenses. Thirdly, all expenses should be paid by troop check or debit card. If a signer on the account made an out-of-pocket purchase, a different authorized signer should write the check for the reimbursement. And lastly, troop leaders should consistently share your financial information with the troop and parents. A few suggestions on how to go about this include having a current bank statement available at your meetings so parents could view them, or to include the troop account balance on your newsletters to parents. At the end of year, you will need to submit your annual financial report. So the better you keep track of your troop finances throughout the year, the easier it will be to submit that report. When managing troop money, there are 2 common troop money management techniques. First is the common pot. This is usually used by younger troops and new troops, but works well across all grade levels. This is when all money that comes in is divided equally among the girls. The second is the tracked money with a common pot. This is used by troops that are planning more complicated, expensive activities like maybe a long-term trip to Savannah, or if the girls have individual goals and troop goals. This technique allows for a percentage of the money earned going into the troop common pot and an additional percentage to be tracked individually for each girl. Troops should decide at the beginning of the year which tracking method they will use. Troops should also decide how the money will be handled if a girl transfers to another troop. A portion of your troop's funds should follow this girl to her new troop. And finally, all Girl Scout troops are required to submit information regarding troop finances annually as part of your reappointment process. Every troop is required to submit a troop finance report by June 30th, along with a copy of your bank statement. You can submit your year-end finance report through the Volunteer Toolkit, which is under the MyGS tab on our website. Information needed to fill out this report includes basic troop and bank information, and your income information such as membership registration fees, troop dues, program fees, cookie or fall product, other money earning income that you had, or any other kind of income. And it will include your expenses. Did you purchase supplies, pay for program fees, do a service project, earned recognitions, and any of your other expenses. So at this time, that was lots of information. We will answer questions that you have. So you can go ahead and type in the question box any questions that you might have.
I don't see any questions at the moment, but we'll give you all just a moment. And it looks like we're all clear.
Okay. Well, if you have further questions, You can ask your service unit volunteers, your community development manager, or you can call our customer care team, which the number is here at 888-350-5090. And that's their email, customerservice@gswo.org. We'll be happy to answer your financial management questions. And we do appreciate your feedback. So you'll have a follow-up email coming within 24 hours. So please take a survey and let us know if we answered all your questions or what else would be, how we could better answer your questions on another webinar. So thank you for being here, and we hope you have a great year. Thanks.